Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to talk to you about perhaps not one of the most glamorous topics in sociology, but a topic that you have read about. No doubt some of you have chosen this topic to address in your sociological papers. You had several different topics from which you could choose, and that is the topic of dehumanization. Dehumanization can be subtle or it can be very blatant. Dehumanization is happens or occurs anytime an individual or a group of individuals or even institutions deliberately um, seek out or practice behaviors, shall I say, or enact laws or whatever that devalue or discredit a targeted audience. Anytime we take away a person's ability to practice or exercise their own human characteristics, um, then we are dehumanizing folks. Um, the most poignant example I can give, and we don't need to be afraid to discuss these topics, is the enslavement of Africans by English settlers. And so we, that was a deliberate act of dehumanizing people to take away their human qualities in order to have these Africans become submissive. Um, that is not the only place where that has happened or takes place. Dehumanization takes place in the workplace today, not as subtle, sometimes perhaps not as deliberate, but it's created through certain practices or laws or whatever that really just devalue or discredit people, and perhaps not even so deliberate. Like, for example, in the workplace where you're doing all the work, you're doing very hard, you're working very hard, you're a great employee, and you're making great contributions to the company, but because of your position, you don't have a say, you're not given credit for it, no one asks you how to move things forward, you're not a decision maker at all, you're just really considered a number. It can happen in schools where there is I guess a rush, not a rush, but there is a practice maybe to standardize everyone, all children. And, if you don't fit into a certain mold or whatever, then you are not one of the good students or whatnot. So I wish I had a little more time to explain it. But anytime we, deliberately or when a person loses a true sense of self or feel like they've lost control over the most basic human characteristics, that is when dehumanization takes